On today's episode, we're gonna get a little bit Phrygian. Welcome to another Make Loud Monday. This week, I was on the fence about whether this should be an Under the Influence episode, because that's usually where I look back on a finished song that's been put out, either as a single or on an album, or a hot shit episode, which is a completed song that I've been working on. This is neither of those two things. In fact, it's a song that I'm going to be starting in real time, and I'm going to let you watch along with me. But I wanted to explain a little bit about what I was saying there, how we're going to get Phrygian, because I have my bass out. This here is a bass that I built from a kit. It's a guitar fetish bass, and I was just kind of playing some patterns. I've been experimenting with the bass line for the song Super Bonbon, which is a lot of fun to play. But that was a project that I started. I actually started this week's video to do that. My video card fried. I lost a lot of that work and I'm emotionally scarred. So I'm going to try another project for this week. Maybe I'll come back to that. And I just was kind of playing some shapes down here on the neck. Kind of a major shape, a minor shape, and then something there. I don't know, that's a sixth, I think. And what I realized, and only because I looked it up, was that those are actually parts of the Phrygian major mode for A. So it's just a 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6. Some people call that a gypsy scale. It doesn't sound terribly gypsy when you play it on a bass. Maybe it does more so on a guitar. But I kind of took those three pieces and started thinking about making a lick out of it. Something like that. So we're going to lay that down and get started on a song and see where it takes us. So let's go ahead and flip over to our Studio One screen. And here we are kind of at the starting point. This is where a lot of times, I'll just go in, I'll click on the new song button here, select my template. If I know what tempo I want to put in, I'll put it in, but I can actually do that inside the song. And we'll give this a working title. So since this is the gypsy scale, we'll just call it gypsy for now. We can always go back and change that. And let's go ahead and get started. So while the Studio One starts to initialize, I was thinking about, since this is an A scale, I want to make a couple different parts out of it. So I can use those kind of component pieces that I use to find the song or find this scale. Those could be very powerful in like a chorus, and then I can use that little run that I put together in a verse. Something like that. And then for a bridge section, I was thinking just kind of drone on the A, but we're going to try and do some different techniques on that. So let's get our song open here. Should open any second now. Like I mentioned earlier, computer's been crashing a lot, so restarting has been a bit of a chore. So we've got a template here with a lot of basic tracks. We've got a bunch of guitar tracks, which we're not going to use right now. We're just going to focus on the bass track, but we need a click to start with. So I was thinking about, like, again, that sort of So I'm just going to tap on the tempo. Sorry, I got to move this so I can see it. So I'm just going to tap on tempo right here. So it feels like I'm somewhere around 110. So we'll put a click track on that, and then we'll just kind of see how it sounds. Bass right here, and if I pull this up, I can see, yeah, so it's on input 1, so I can see a level there. So that's that all looks good. So let's go ahead and start laying something down. Helps if I make it so that I can hear the click track. So a couple of flubs there, not too surprising since this is the first time I've played it. But I feel like that tempo works, so that was just at least worthwhile to get the tempo, and also helpful now that we can hear it with the click track turned on. So let's try it again and see how it goes. Kind of hung my finger on that one. Do it again. One more time. So not bad, a couple of mess ups there. Let's pump it up and just hear how it sounds on playback. So that tone is coming in a little choked. What I'm hearing in my headphones is not at all what I'm hearing on the recording there. So I'm going to make a little bit of an adjustment to the amplifier here. Put a little more treble and presence back in. And then we're going to give it another try. So roll it back. So I think that's what's going to be our beginning. Let's go ahead and listen to it. was right. So now let's go ahead and record what's probably going to be our chorus part, and this is where I'll use the other track so I can just kind of run into it. So we'll start right about here. Hear how that sounds. Kind of sat on one of the notes a little bit, so it might be worthwhile to re-record it. Yeah, sounded all right. So now an important step, especially when your computer's been as flaky as mine has been, save work part of the way through, and we're going to take a pause in the video, and we'll be right back. So took a moment to think about things, and what I've decided to do is I'm going to add another bass track here. Very simple thing to do. And I'm going to re-record this intro part because I basically, or I probably won't bother doing it for that, but what I want to do is I'm not sure what order I'm going to want to put these pieces in. So that A drone is going to be bass 3. That what I've been calling the verse piece, that's going to be bass 1, and bass 2 is going to be these just simple chord fragments that I've been calling the chorus part. So I'm not sure what order I'm going to put them back together in, but let's go ahead and record a little bit more of that drone section, and then we'll jump in and record a couple more variations of the other sections. This time we'll do it actually recording, so we've got to remember to arm the record. And that's all we wanted to do there. So here, I'll stretch it out a little bit so we can kind of get a little bit more of a look at this. So I'm going to just try to match the ending waveform there. This one is actually a little hot, so we'll pull this down just a tiny bit. And then this one is also probably just a tiny bit hot. So there we go. Now we've got some consistency there. Not using plugins right now, so we'll turn that bit off, give us a little bit more screen real estate here. And then let's go ahead and record a couple more repeats of this. All right, so I got to do it all the way through in time because I lost my place there. Try it one more time here. Let's roll back. Pull that up just a little bit more. Yeah, that looks about right. And now we'll drop in a chorus section. Alright, that felt pretty good. Again, just want to try and match the volumes. Looks about right. And then let's, just looking at our time signature, about 1:32. So one of the things that I thought would be interesting and fun to do with this song would be to take it down to halftime. And I don't know how well that's going to work, but the way that we're going to do that is we're going to play with, no, we're not going to add a track. We're going to go in here to the visibility, and we're going to add tempo track. So we're at 110 right up to here, this marker at 43. So we'll put a marker right here, and then we're going to pull this down to about 55. So right at halftime. And I want to move that right there. Okay. So now let's listen to our click track. So you can hear how much slower that is. So this is going to be a little weird. I've never done this before. I've never changed tempo in a song, but while I was off camera a moment ago, I was just thinking, it still retains its musicality, but it has a very different mood. So we're gonna see how that works. What I may end up doing is I may end up just leaving the tempo the same and just playing at a different number of beats because the change is kind of jarring. But let's try it out. So I'm going to play a little bit of the drone section here as a way of kind of getting into that tempo. So let's go ahead and start. Let's start pretty early here and just get a feel for it. That's gonna be too slow for me. So we're just gonna take. No, we're gonna leave that in. We're gonna take this one out. Okay, trying to select that dot. All right, selected the dot, done that. So now we don't have any change in tempo here. We'll do it, but we're gonna let the click track stay at the regular pace. So let's go ahead and record that. We're gonna record the drone bit. here. We're going to record that up here. So let's give ourselves the whole run in. So kind of broke my own rule there because I played the chorus part, but you know the good news is I can just use the slice tool to cut that piece out. But I think that worked pretty well. I think that we found that half tempo pretty nicely. So let's go ahead and listen to it, just kind of all the way through. So from the verse. Yes, that works pretty well. So I've just sliced this. I'm going to pull it down here, pull it back out so I can get that full waveform. And then we can just use, can actually zoom in a little tighter here. Adjust our sensitivity using the quantize tool. And then we can just kind of nip off the pieces we don't want. And that's going to be just right. So again, we'll save our work and we'll pause for a minute and be right back. Okay, took a moment to think about what we want to do next with the composition. I think I'm going to come back to this this drone section here, and I'm actually going to name this. So this here is going to be drone. This here is going to be chorus. This here is going to be verse. Okay. So, and since they're green, I always use green for my bass instruments, so I know that it's which instrument it is. So we're going to do something with the drone section here, but we're going to build a little bit more dramatic tension, and then we're going to go into a chorus and kind of drive the song to the end. From a time perspective, you know, we're at about the mid 2-minute mark. This doesn't feel like it's going to be a super long song. Maybe I'll change my mind later, but for now, just thinking about structure, that's what we're going to do. So here we are. Let's activate the channel, and we'll get ready to record that drone section. So we just came in with a different note there at the end, something to spice it up a little bit, and now we're going to go into a chorus. So we'll arm that channel, record. Actually, I want to make sure I didn't nip the end of that, so we'll grab it right here. And let's zoom out a little bit. Sometimes it's helpful to just keep track of where I am in a measure. So we'll start on a measure line here. Might be enough. Yeah, 318, that seems pretty good for length. Grab a little bit more volume here. And this seems a little quiet, so we'll pull that up a little bit. Oh, whoops. We actually have both selected, so we'll bring this back down. There we are. Just trim things a little bit so that it's clear which section of the song idea that they map to, and let's go ahead and listen to it from the beginning all the way through. So I think that sounds pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's save our work, and we'll pause the recording, and we'll come back in just a moment. So I think that might do it for today. There's obviously a lot more work to be done on this, and maybe we'll come back to it in a future episode. But I wanted to just kind of show you the process from the beginning, and encourage you, if you're a fellow musician, to just start recording stuff and let your ideas run wild. Get yourself a good DAW software that allows you to do multiple different tracks, so that you can move stuff around. Like I don't know what order I'm going to put these pieces in. I might duplicate some of them. I might make it long. This could be a 17-minute long song if I wanted it to, just by repeating tracks over and over again. And just get your ideas down, and then start thinking as you're going through. Like, I could hear in my head, how the percussion was going to change when we went to that half tempo, that it was going to just go like to a lot of cymbal swells and something that was a little bit more fluid, but maybe be, a little bit more percussive during the other sections. And, I also made sure to leave a lot of room in the recording for other instruments. This isn't intended to be a bass solo performance. Jaco Pastorius, I am not. So I want to leave room there for some guitars, some drums. I don't tend to write instrumental pieces. I'm just not gifted enough musically to do that. So there's probably going to be some lyrics in here. Whatever they're going to be, I have no idea. And that's how songs start in many different ways. Sometimes the song will start with a lyrical idea, a rhythm, a melody, a sound. In this case, it was the Phrygian mode, the A major Phrygian scale. So be inspired by whatever. Try new stuff. Do something weird. And when you do it, be sure to share it. Love to hear it. Please leave a comment. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. New content every week. And until I see you again, take care of yourself. See you soon.